Right, well, I want to take a second to defend my ladies of DC. Um, Sleepy Reader and his podcast thing, or whatever you call it, uh, kind of said something about how that, I would defend Batwoman, and I would. Um, you know, there are certain characters that I don't really understand why it is that they get dogged on. Uh, I never hear male characters dogged on in the same way that I see female characters dogged on. It's always basically, Batwoman and Catwoman that everybody dislikes, but nobody says anything about the fact that the Constantine series is not all that great. That Batwing, how in the world does he still have a freaking series? Because maybe there's somebody out there that cares. I don't care. Uh, you know, Kyle Raymer and his White Lantern in the New Guardians. I mean, New Guardians started out great. That series has gone to ultimate crap. Green Lantern Corps. Well, it's never been good, so, um, you know, it is what it is. You know, so many male characters don't get the same criticism that female characters get. And I don't really completely understand why that is. But, I want to talk about why I believe that Batwoman and Catwoman, for that matter, are both still series that, I'm happy with. Um, a lot of people read the Detective Comics run that was Allergy. And this is a great trade. But it's pre-52. I thought that the reason for relaunching the 52 was that we wanted to relaunch these characters. Well, like so many other characters, when Batwoman was relaunched, let's see if I can find a cover that matches that. I'm not so interested in that. When Batwoman was relaunched, these issues, one thing that I like in my female characters is a sense of independence. One thing that I like about Batwoman is a sense of independence. That she doesn't have to, not to dog on anybody else, but she doesn't have to be Batgirl. She doesn't have to be a Robin. She doesn't have to be any of that. She can go out and fight crime on her own. She doesn't need a man. I mean, she's not Lois Lane. I hate that in comics a lot of times it seems like that females have to have a male to define their role in a comic. And the thing that I like about Batwoman is that she doesn't need that role. She doesn't need someone to define who she is. She is very clear who she is. In Allergy and basically continuing into the 52, she got kicked out of the military because of her principles of she would not denounce the fact that she made an indiscretion and, was a lesbian one time by accident. That is just who she is, and she owns it. And these first, I guess, 8-10 issues with J.H. Williams III and W. Blackman on art, she kind of seems like somebody that needs the support of someone else. She's got, the Director Bones, which was a character that I just didn't like. I mean, maybe all you people that, think that Batwoman's crap now love Director Bones. I don't know. I didn't really care for that character. I didn't really care for the whole DEO storyline of, this, paranormal superheroes investigation. Maybe you would argue that putting Batwoman undercover to spy on Wonder Woman so that you could get to Batman and find his weakness was awesome. I don't know. What I like about Batwoman is that she is a lesbian. I mean, honestly. That she is your one standalone gay lesbian type of character. I mean, you've got, I guess, Alan Scott in her too, but that, this is your thing. And, you started out in New 52 not really wanting to fully explore that, and then, you just made her seem like a victim, which is not what I believe that Batwoman is. I really feel as though the first 10 issues on the New 52 run of Batwoman were kind of like sticking your toe in a pool and seeing whether or not people were going to be accepting of that. And then once you get to issue 11 or 12, you start to develop that relationship between Detective Sawyer and Kane, and that, to me, is when the series picked up. I think that Blackman's art was great in these first issues, but it seemed to me as though it was laid out in a J.H. Williams III type of style. And I really liked I believe they switched up artist at issue 11 when Trevor McCarthy came on. And I love Trevor McCarthy's art. I can spot it from a mile away, which may be good, may be bad, I don't know. But, maybe I'm the only one out there that buys comics for cover artists. I see that everybody's buying these Futures In things, and you're buying that for a 3D cover. Why should I not buy comics for a nice cover? But, what I really like about the recent run of Batwoman is that you've delved more into the just everyday love life of what's going on between Sawyer and Kane. Not only that, but everybody else just wants to reintroduce old villains. Or if you're a Bat title, you more or less have to, it seems to me, have to have Batman's rogues gallery of villains. Whereas, in these issues, which all the covers are by Raphael Albuquerque, which, does American Vampire, you introduce this Wolf Spider character, and you introduce history to Gotham that, I didn't know about. I mean, did you know about these maps that, were disguised in these paintings? Because, I didn't. And, in those issues, the entire history of that, is something that is just, great to me. I wasn't a fan of this vampire guy, the guy that thinks they're all vampires in these issues, but still, it's a new supervillain. What is his name? Predator? Something like that? I don't know. But, I mean, still yet, Albuquerque does these covers. Trevor McCarthy does part of the covers. And, all in all, I haven't been disappointed with the storyline. The only problem that I am disappointed with the storyline is that you made Kane and Sawyer break up, and to me it almost seems as though you are in some way homophobic, that you don't want to fully commit, that you're cool with saying, alright, here's a gay and lesbian character that we're going to put out here. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention Apollo and that other guy from Stormwatch. But, that we're going to put this gay character out here, but we're not willing to fully commit to it. And I think that in the day and age we live in, that instead of having her go crazy, it would have been a better story idea to, have them get married, embrace what it is that you're trying to do. Don't necessarily try to, um, I don't know, I don't want to say ridicule, because that's not necessarily what they're doing, but, you know, I hate seeing, I hate seeing gays and lesbians only depicted as people that are out there to have crazy, wild, monkey sex. Um, and that's something that I like about her, is that she's really well grounded. She is like, the gay people that I know, that just have everyday mundane lives like everybody else. And why it is that you have to make their life crazier, um, it just kind of lets me down. Um, but anyway, I was going to get to Catwoman, but considering that I rambled so long on Batwoman, I guess I'll get off here and get back to reading some comics.